up.
Yeah.
Everyone sort of should realise tonight, so
I think we're all here, I believe.
Oh, and you can stand there awkwardly if you like.
Sorry?
You can stand there awkwardly if you like.
Just before I start, can I just thank everyone for everyone's patience yesterday. Unfortunately, we were planning on having this media conference yesterday afternoon. We had anticipated that a number of the arrests would have been made. However, as you can imagine, with some investigations, they can be quite complex, a lot of moving parts, a lot of other agencies working with, and the safety of the child is of paramount importance. So we apologise for inconvenience yesterday. So we were hoping that it did occur as planned, but that certainly wasn't the case. But thanks for your understanding in relation to that. Okay. Yesterday afternoon, Western District detectives arrested 2 people for criminal neglect and deception offences. The 44-year-old woman and 44-year-old man are both from the western suburbs. Bail was refused and they'll appear in the Port Adelaide Magistrates Court today. It will be alleged that the couple caused psychological harm to their child by falsely purporting a cancer diagnosis. They also requested money to fund ongoing medical treatment for their child, and we believe that they've raised about $60,000 in a relatively short period of time. It will be alleged that the accused It will be alleged that the accused shaved their 6-year-old child's head, eyebrows, placed him in a wheelchair with bandages on his head in order to imitate stereotactic radiotherapy treatment. The investigation has confirmed that the child is not seeking any medical treatment. We believe that this fast illness is causing serious and significant psychological harm to the child and their sibling. The children have been removed from the custody of their parents and they're currently with a nominated relative for a short period of time initially. This matter was first reported to police a little over a fortnight ago on the 26th of November. Western District Child and Family Investigation Section have been working closely with the Department for Child Protection Services and the school. There's been daily safety risk assessments undertaken to ensure the safety of the child. We are seeking anyone with any information in relation to the investigation or who have made donations to the family to contact police, and that can be done via Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000. Happy to take questions.
How is the child doing now?
Well, the child's away from the parents, so that's an important thing. I couldn't think of a more devious and cruel scheme that the parents have done to their own child. It's abhorrent that people would seek to profit, for their own personal greed and selfishness, from such an insidious condition such as cancer that impacts so many families in our community.
How have they been requesting the money? Was it via a GoFundMe page?
Yeah, we understand it's through a GoFundMe page and also through the school, through word of mouth and communication with people in that school community.
You said that, this is a little 6-year-old boy. How is the sibling doing? I can imagine seeing a sibling going through that would also have traumatic impacts.
Extremely traumatic. And you can just imagine mentally thinking that you've got cancer, and even for the other sibling to be thinking that their brother has cancer and is not well, would be devastating. I couldn't think of anything more abhorrent, anything worse that a parent can do to their child, to make them think that they've got cancer purely for their own personal greed and selfishness, just to get some money.
Do police know what sort of things these parents have been spending the money on?
That will form part of the investigation. As I said, it's been relatively a short investigation, a little over a fortnight ago, so the main focus has been to quickly identify the veracity of the condition of the child, and then also in relation to work out how they were obtaining their money. So the condition of the child has obviously been of paramount importance.
How long was this going on for before police found out?
Yeah, we don't believe it had been going on for too much before that. That's why we are appealing to the public to provide us with any further information that they do have. As I said, we first became aware of the matter on about the 26th of November. It may have been occurring for some time before that, I would imagine, but exactly how long, that will form part of the investigation.
Were the parents known to police before this incident?
It will form part of the investigation in relation to what we did know, what other agencies may have known, but at this stage, I can't provide any further details in relation to that.
How was the money raised? Was it through like a fundraising platform online, or was it through schools?
We believe it was through a GoFundMe page and also through the school, through direct communication and people becoming aware of the false condition. And obviously, people's genuine generosity to provide funds through that word of mouth, and as I said, we believe that they obtained at least $60,000. And I'd like to think that cases such as this, don't take away from the generosity that we have in our community to support those in genuine need.
You said the western suburbs. What suburb exactly?
It's in the western suburbs. Later this morning, the private school will be providing notification to the school community. So at this stage, it's just labelled as the western suburbs.
Did the parents provide any details? Did they say it's general cancer diagnosis, or did they give a specific cancer type?
I don't have those quite specific details, but as I said, through images of the child in the wheelchair with bandages, it was quite clear that he was receiving stereotactic radiotherapy treatment for a cancer diagnosis to the behind the eye type area.
And what sort of support is being provided to the child now?
Yeah, there's been a lot of support that will be provided to the child. As I said, they're away from their parents with a nominated relative at this stage. Department for Child Protection and Child Support Services, as they have been actively involved in this investigation, will continue to provide support. This will be obviously an ongoing support that will be needed for the child, because initially thinking that you've got cancer and that you're not well, will be quite devastating.
What made whoever it was that reported it to police suspicious that it wasn't real?
Well, it's great that people do have a conscience and eventually realise that something's not quite right. So we're grateful for the people that were able to come forward to tell us that something wasn't quite right on the surface, and that caused our detectives to do some investigating, as they do, and uncover what we've alleged and why they've been arrested and why they're going to court today.
Did both of the children attend that private school in the western suburbs?
That's my understanding. Yes.
And can you give any more information in terms of the age and gender of the sibling?
Yeah, so the 6-year-old boy is the one that was had the false diagnosis, and I understand a girl, aged between 6 to 12 in that bracket, a young child, relatively similar in age.
How insulting is this to children who actually are suffering with cancer in our community? How insulting is this to people who are actually suffering from cancer?
Yeah, this is abhorrent, and that's why it takes away from those in genuine need. As I said, we've got a fantastic community here in South Australia, and people do support those in genuine need. It's disgusting that these types of cases may make, have an impact on people, that genuinely need that assistance, and it'd be terrible for people not to contribute to such necessary causes, the genuine ones, because of such a rare case as this.
Do you believe this is rare? Is there any concern that there's other cases like this going on?
Unfortunately, we have people in our community that just think about their own personal greed and selfishness and do despicable acts to other people. The majority of people are good people.
In terms of the information that was given to the child, the victim, can you give us any insight into what the parents were saying to that child?
Yeah, it will have to form part of the investigation. I think now that the arrests have been made, in the coming days and next week, there'll be some good opportunities to speak directly with the children involved, and that will certainly assist the investigation. So more of that will come known over the next week.
In terms of the people that have donated to this GoFundMe, is there a process that they'll be able to get that money back?
Yeah, they're the things that we're currently working through at the moment in relation to our confiscations to see what bank accounts and that sort of thing we can freeze and